Hello, my name is Marian Carbajal, and today I will be presenting my environmental video presentation. This is just a quick presentation on the skills that children should develop in the environment that I have made for them in the classroom. It should help them and increase social skills and language. And the first one is fine and gross motor skills. Motor development pertains to two major growth principles, and the first one is Safro-Licaldo principle, which is growth following a pattern that begins with head and moves down to the rest of the body. For example, when children lift their heads before they sit up and before they stand. The next one is proximal distal, which is development moving from the center of the body outward. For example, when children use large sweeping movements of their arms before they use their hands and fingers. So these are basically milestone charts. The next skill is cognitive and language. Cognitive, which is gathering information, organizing it, and finally using it to adapt to the world, is the essence of the cognitive experience. Understanding how children grow and learn is basic to planning the development appropriate to the children. Infants begin by exploring the world with their bodies, gathering vital information, and simple acts as mouthing, grasping, reaching. You can see infants practicing these acts, repeating them over and over, and then refining them rather quickly, which is the same as the first bullet point. The next one is language. Language is defined as the systematical arrangement of arbitrary symbols that has generalized meaning. It allows us to communicate about things that are not visible and those that are past or future. It is important to remember that these sounds, symbols, and interactions that we begin to experience early in life are tied to the way we think about and understand the world. So this is a chart to basically show certain milestones that children should hit at a certain age when it comes to cognitive. The next one is emotions and social skills. Emotions, feelings, and emotions develop and change over time. Memory and the ability to understand it and anticipate are examples of how expression evolves through the cognitive development that occurs gradually during the first 2 years, and this connects with social skills. Research indicates that late in the first year of life, infants can link information with another person's emotional expressions with environmental cues. Infants can use the emotions of others to guide their own emotions. They can use this information and experience to begin to calm themselves. And here are some emotions and social skills that they develop. Next slide is layout guidelines. And these are some guidelines that I use to make my layout for my environment. And things like have designated places for arrival and departures, and the nap time or the diaper changing area, and how to keep those separate. So basically, this is just guidelines that I used from the textbook in order to achieve a proper environment for the children. Here's my works cited page. So here's my classroom layout, and this is where it starts, which is the entrance, and in front of the entrance there's an office space. To the side of it there's a cubby area. There's a diaper changing area that is not near the kitchen and close to the nap room for emergencies. And then above it is the nap room. One side of the room is for infants, and then the other side is for toddlers. They are still together. Next is the reading area, and here we have bookshelves and storage for crafts, and we have space for walking, but you can also do crafts here on the floor, or additional tables could be added, but some space for infants or toddlers to be walking is necessary. Next is the kitchen and meal prep, which is close to the eating area. or just the table area, because you can also use your storage for you can also use crafts in this area. So you have your kitchen, you have the eating area, and you have low tables, less amount of chairs for children who eat better in smaller groups. And then above it is a separate room for play area. They are close together, but it's closed off a little, so they aren't in the same view. So we have a variety of toys that allow them to that stimulate cognitive skills, fine and gross motor skills, which is also what this area does. And that also leads me to the play yard, which there's also a table area for when eating can be done outside or play could be done outside, but they're separate toys from the inside and the outside. And there's a shaded area with a blanket and a grassy patch for infants. And yeah, that is my layout.